Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Spiritual Retro Hunting. I hope you enjoy the video. Some cool stuff to be had. Unfortunately, some video wasn't there, I guess I could say. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Smash that like button, comment down below, share the video if you can. Really would help out the channel. And subscribe if you haven't. Could have done it already. Really, again, would help out the channel. Still trying to get to that 10,000 subs. And if we do, I'm going to give something cool away. So make sure you do that. And enjoy the show. I don't know. Maybe. Is that right? 35 bucks? No Manuel.
For AK-47. AK.
تبع الاي كي تبع بتكون شويه قطعه وتكون كامشه الاي كي اذا تركب الاي كي بيكون في سكينه بتنفك وبتركب
حربي عن
حربه يا
I think it's Russian.
I'm not really that, but I know it.
I think the knife Russian.
old Russian.
How's it going? Good, how are you?
Good.
GameCube games 20 apiece.
Yeah. 20 a piece though. Half of these aren't even worth 10. I think I have the manual for that at home.
There's some okay stuff here.
Yeah, but a lot of it's...
The Wii's are $10 each.
Are they? It's clean. Does it go for that?
What? So the 3DS are 10, Wii at 10, GameCube.
Oh, that's a very nice. I know you. Let's say I never read.
It was one of this morning.
Mario Golf. I know, right? I wish it would.
I just try and get my hands on the new limit systems that come out.
I'm gonna go start hanging out. My girlfriend lives right next to him, so. I'm gonna start,
It's not a bad one.
Mario. I mean, these. Actually, just even without this one here, I mean.
10 bucks a piece. I don't know what the Xeno...
Xeno?
That one's like, if I could get these for like 15 a piece, because it's a toadstool. I might have the manual for that at home. All right, let's see. Decent amount of boxed NES games. Found that guy. I'm gonna double check the price. I feel like that's not terrible on that. Those little Power Glove sitting there. $250 for the box system. Whew. roll through these. Punch out, $40. Let's see, Super Monkey Ball, Rugrats, RoboCop. $48 on RoboCop. Let's see. Ooh.
You want Harry Potter
Harry Potter.
for PSP?
Texas, Jesus. Missing manual has box. That box has seen better days. Let's see, 70 on Majora. It's actually in nice shape. That's pretty much what it goes for, though. Combat Trilogy, 25. Castlevania, 25. Rayman 2.
That isn't a good one, right?
Alright, gonna keep poking. Let's see, Legacy of Kain, $10. It's not too bad. Just trying to see if there's anything here worth grabbing. You know, I always have to look at The Last of Us. Always. If I can get it out of here. Alright, well, there's Dead Space. $6 for Dead Space. That's not bad. $7 for The Last of Us. Do I need another copy? No. But wait, there's more. Let's see. Well, Game of the Year. Rango. It's right on points. Slipcover. Let's see. PS1 stuff. Other than a quick glance. PS4, a couple PS5 games. $30, I think, was cheaper than that. New. It's actually not a bad price on that. Although I think it was free at one point. Just Rally Humans 2 for $10. It might be worth it too. I wanted this, but I gotta double check what it goes for new. 30 scenes. I used. Recapped and works. That's nice. PSP. Dreamcast. $3.20. Red in the box. Here we go. Yellow for 65. Gold for 60. And blue for 65. Polo. Still in the same spot. What is going on, everybody? So I am doing a recap. I know I said I probably wasn't really going to do them, but people said they like them, so we're just going to kind of do these anyways. If you watch them, awesome. If not, that's fine too. So I'm actually doing this on my DJI Osmo 3. I've been meaning to really get down to the nitty gritty, work on it and try it, because for some reason I don't know what I'm doing with this thing. But anyways, let me show you what I picked up video games wise for like the past really since the last video. I'm sorry there hasn't been more, but there just hasn't been anything to show you guys that I felt worthwhile. Even the video that you guys saw today, I think was probably meh, because a lot of it either wasn't on camera, because a couple people, you know, for the first time were like, please don't record. So I honor their wishes, and we'll just see what we got here. So whatever you saw, I hope it was cool. And, you know, I appreciate you guys all still sticking around. So here's what I got. First off, I'll show these three guys here. These are actually items I already had, but my buddy Ray recased this one for me because it had a silver case that was all broken. The backside was broken, so he did that for me. And he originally redid this. It was a clear one that I had. He cleaned it up and everything. And then unfortunately, after he finished fixing it, he dropped it. So he recased it in a red case for me. So Ray, thanks a lot. We had a little chuckle about that. Sucks, but it is what it is. And then this one I've had for a bit, but it had lines on the screen, so he fixed the lines on that for me. So I was happy about that. I'm probably going to hang on to this one because I don't really ever see the black ones. And this one actually works really nice now, so I'm just going to order a battery cover for it because this one's broken. Put a little bit of tape on it so it'll stick there. But the other ones will eventually be for sale. I'm going to start hoarding stuff for like Retro World and Retro Fest Arkansas because I want to make sure I get a nice spread of new stuff for everybody that's going to be there. So make sure you guys stay tuned. So diving in, I'll start with this stuff. Picked up a sealed copies Simpsons Season 1, $5. They go for about 20 on eBay, so I figured that was a nice little recouper. Real quick, VHS of The Goonies. I feel like I don't see this VHS a ton. It's one of my favorite movies. I'm sure a lot of 80s kids, early 90s kids say that, but it's such a great movie, so I had to pick that up. I'm going to hang on to that. And then we'll go up here. So this I actually got from the Toy Vault warehouse sale. Didn't get a ton of video game stuff. I'll throw in a picture of what Grant picked up, which was awesome. $30 he paid for the inbox. It was really only the Rob inbox, but Rob had everything. There was no styrofoam, but everything for Rob was there. So that was an awesome deal for Grant, rebuilding his collection. I was happy for him. I paid $30 or $40 for this. It's complete in box. They said it doesn't work, but they don't go too hard in depth in checking things. So my buddy Ray is going to take a look at this, and he said usually it's whatever it is an easy fix. So I'm probably going to hang on to that for now because I don't have a Famicom in my collection. And then maybe it'll show its face at Retro World or Retro Fest. So definitely a cool piece. Down here, PS5 Sword and Fairy. The only reason I picked it up was it's a $100 collector's edition. I got it during their weird sale they were doing, and it was like $30. So, and I got it for like $22 after my $5 monthly and some other points and stuff. So I'll hang on to that. That'll eventually go because that's not something personally I will play and or collect. I believe it's an RPG of, I don't know, something that isn't for me. I obviously bought it strictly for flipping purposes. So, yes, I'm a dirty reseller, but we all know this. Moving on. Yesterday, because today is Monday, my birthday, so hooray! I picked up these two guys at the flea market. I picked this up in a pile of stuff. I think I paid $2 for it, so this will be probably my cheap game pile. Great game. It's starting to go up a little bit in price because more people are kind of talking about it. The Sea Monsters game on the PS2, I've never personally seen it, so I picked it up. I paid $3 for it. I figured it's worth at least that. I haven't even honestly looked it up yet, but I don't think it's worth really much more than that. Maybe like $5 to $8 if I had to guess. But it was just something I didn't see, so I gravitated to pick it up. Going over here, so 2 weeks ago, I was at Grafton and picked up some cool stuff. Here, as you guys can see here, I picked up, this is from my personal collection, RoboCop 3 Tiger handheld. He had it for like 45 or 50, I can't remember exactly. But ultimately I ended up paying 30 for this and this guy. So this one will be available for sale. I haven't tested them out yet, but I'm sure they work just fine. They're pretty clean, but it's just kind of a cool handheld. And the RoboCop 3 is because you guys know I collect RoboCop stuff. So even though RoboCop 3 is obviously the worst movie out of the bunch because it's not even Peter Weller, so it is what it is, but it's still RoboCop, so I picked it up. And then also at Grafton, I ended up picking up these, what is it, 3, 4, 5 games for $60, I think. For some reason, they had all this stuff for like $20 a piece. And then I ended up just bundling it all together. I said, hey, would you take 60? The guy's like, sure. Unfortunately, Sunshine and Sonic Heroes does not have the manual. I thought I had a manual for Sunshine, but I don't, unfortunately. And the Sonic Heroes manual I have is for the PS2 version, so that doesn't help me out at all either. So if anybody has manuals for those, let me know. I'd love to complete them. All Stars is one that I see a little bit less and less, so I grabbed that. And then the Xenoblade is actually a pretty decent one on the 3DS, so happy there. And then the next guy over was actually just setting up, putting out games. Nothing super crazy, but this is what I picked up from him. They were $5 a piece, or what, 5 for 20, whatever it was. I ended up getting a bunch of toys too, so I bundled it all together. So going through the pile, I picked up all this stuff here. Like I said, nothing super crazy. Usually I try to get the Dead Spaces and then I bundle them together. So that's what I did. But then in the middle of the pile was Wolverine. Super happy to grab that. That, I can't think off the top of my head. I want to say it's like $60 to $70. I have one in my collection. It's actually a really fun game. It's just basically a hack and slash beat 'em up. So if you ever get a chance to play it, definitely do. But it is becoming more expensive on the PS3. So very happy with that. And last but certainly not least, brings us to yesterday, or finishing off yesterday. There wasn't much to be had. Seaconk, there was a ton of vendors. Grafton, there was a ton of vendors, but just there wasn't much out there. Even stuff to be like overpriced, there wasn't a ton of stuff out there. It is what it is. Hopefully, if everything works out well this Friday, I'm going to be picking up a collection. We'll see how it goes. But this stuff here, I got all off for one vendor at this antique mall. He was really the only one with video games. Everybody else was kind of meh. So I grabbed a couple things that were priced that, yes, I'm going to flip them. But the 2 PS5 games were marked at $10 a piece. I'm probably going to hang on to Destroy All Humans. I have the Cowabunga collection, so I don't need to keep it. Need for Speed Underground, I have the empty case for it, so that's the only reason I picked it up. Makes it like a $12 to $15 game. The disc is super mint, so that was nice. And then grabbed this guy, which was vastly underpriced. These go for like $50 to $60. This is the Game Shark for the Game Boy Pocket, which is nice, version 3. And for everything here, I think I paid like $45 because, I don't know, they gave me some kind of discount for some reason. Maybe the guy was running a discount. I don't know. But very happy there. This will make my money back for sure. But like I said, stuff like this, I'm going to hoard for Retro World and Retro Fest Arkansas. There's actually Retro World. Make sure you guys go. I've already got my spot. Probably have the same spot. And 10-year anniversary, so it's going to be a ton of fun. They're going to be doing a ton of awesome stuff. A lot of voice actors, and you know, if you've been, then you know. So that's it, guys. So like I said, I'll put out videos when I can. I'm going to try to throw a toy video together too, so make sure you guys check out Spruce 2.0 as I stumble over my words. But that's it for now, guys. I appreciate anybody who's still sticking around at this point. And smash that like button, comment if you can, share if you can. It'll help the channel, all these little things. And subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace out.